In the remote village of Eldridge, far from the prying eyes of civilization, a haunting mystery unfolded under the shadow of the towering Carpathian Mountains. Legend spoke of a curse that bound the fate of the villagers to the mysterious forest that encircled their homes. Eldridge had long been plagued by a dark secret that manifested only on the nights of the blood moon. The village, with its cobblestone streets and centuries-old cottages, was home to a tight-knit community. They lived in constant fear, aware that a malevolent force lurked in the depths of the nearby woodlands. Elders shared tales of a wolf spirit that roamed the forest, seeking revenge for a grave injustice committed centuries ago. In the heart of Eldridge stood an ancient mansion, known as the Ravenhurst Manor. It was a grand structure, its walls echoing with the whispers of the past. The townsfolk avoided the mansion, believing it to be the epicenter of the curse. Its history was shrouded in darkness, and the few who dared enter its halls spoke of strange occurrences and eerie shadows that seemed to move on their own. As the moon waxed and waned, the village experienced a series of unexplainable events. Livestock disappeared without a trace, and ominous howls echoed through the night. Fear tightened its grip on Eldridge, and the villagers grew paranoid, casting suspicious glances at one another. Amidst this atmosphere of dread, a mysterious stranger arrived in Eldridge. His name was Gabriel Blackthorne, a man with a haunted past and a penchant for the supernatural. Gabriel, an investigator of the arcane, sensed the malevolence that clung to Eldridge like a suffocating fog. Determined to unravel the enigma, he delved into the town's history, unearthing ancient texts that hinted at a pact made in desperation and the ensuing curse that befell the villagers. The Ravenhurst Manor became the focal point of Gabriel's investigation. The mansion seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, drawing him inexorably closer. He explored its dimly lit corridors and secret chambers, discovering forgotten symbols etched into the walls that spoke of forbidden rituals. As Gabriel delved deeper, he uncovered the existence of a secret society within Eldridge that sought to harness the power of the wolf spirit for their own gain. The society's members, prominent figures in the community, had made a pact with the supernatural force, believing it would grant them eternal life and prosperity. However, the curse that followed proved to be a grim consequence. Gabriel realized that he stood at the crossroads of a battle between light and darkness, where ancient secrets and forbidden alliances merged to shape the destiny of Eldridge. The blood moon loomed on the horizon, casting an ominous glow over the village as Gabriel prepared to confront the malevolent force that had plagued the town for generations. Little did he know that the true nature of the curse extended beyond the tales of werewolves and into a realm where the line between man and beast blurred, leaving Eldridge hanging on the precipice of an unspeakable abyss. The unfolding events promised a revelation that would shake the very foundations of reality, leaving the town and its inhabitants teetering on the brink of an unimaginable horror. As the night of the blood moon approached, Eldridge sank further into an unsettling stillness. The air crackled with an ominous energy, and Gabriel Blackthorne found himself caught in a web of ancient secrets and supernatural forces. The Ravenhurst Manor, once a sanctuary of shadows, now echoed with the footsteps of impending doom. Gabriel delved into the forbidden texts he had unearthed, seeking guidance to break the curse that ensnared Eldridge. The writings spoke of a ritual, a delicate balance between light and darkness that required a sacrifice of the purest heart. However, the specifics remained elusive, concealed within cryptic passages that seemed to shift and writhe like living entities. The villagers, oblivious to Gabriel's quest, carried on with their lives in a haze of fear and suspicion. The secret society within Eldridge, aware of the investigators' interference, tightened its grip on the town. Hidden meetings took place under the cover of darkness, and whispers of betrayal echoed through the ancient cobblestone streets. As Gabriel explored the cavernous depths of the Ravenhurst Manor, he discovered a hidden chamber adorned with symbols of celestial alignment. An ancient tome, bound in leather that felt both warm and cold to the touch, lay upon an altar. It revealed the details of the ritual, but a crucial element remained veiled in ambiguity: the identity of the sacrificial lamb. In the heart of Eldridge, a young woman named Isabella found herself haunted by recurring nightmares. Visions of the blood moon and shadowy figures tormented her sleep, leaving her with an inexplicable sense of foreboding. Unbeknownst to her, Isabella's dreams held the key to unraveling the curse. Gabriel, guided by an unseen force, crossed paths with Isabella in the village square. A connection, forged by destiny or perhaps orchestrated by the very curse they sought to break, sparked between them. Intrigued by her aura of innocence, Gabriel sensed that Isabella held the answers hidden within her subconscious. As the blood moon cast its eerie glow over Eldridge, tensions reached a boiling point. The secret society, desperate to maintain their grasp on the supernatural power they had unleashed, set their sights on Gabriel and Isabella. Shadows danced along the walls of the Ravenhurst Manor as the final confrontation loomed. The air became charged with an otherworldly energy, and the villagers, trapped in the grip of fear, sought refuge in their homes. The forest surrounding Eldridge seemed to come alive, its ancient trees whispering tales of centuries-old pacts and forbidden magic. Gabriel, armed with newfound knowledge and a determination that transcended mortal limits, prepared to confront the forces that held Eldridge captive. Isabella, drawn into the vortex of the supernatural, grappled with her own destiny, unknowingly standing at the epicenter of the impending ritual. As the first rays of the blood moon bathed Eldridge in a crimson glow, a primal howl echoed through the forest, signaling the convergence of fates. The stage was set for a battle that would determine the town's destiny, whether it would succumb to the eternal night of the curse or emerge into the dawn of a new era. The air hung heavy with anticipation, and the story of Eldridge teetered on the brink of revelation. The ancient forest, the Ravenhurst Manor, and the intertwined destinies of Gabriel and Isabella held the key to unlocking the mysteries that bound the town to the supernatural forces that lurked in the shadows. The final chapter of Eldridge's tale awaited its unraveling, promising a resolution that would either shatter the curse or plunge the village into an abyss from which there might be no return. As the blood moon reached its zenith, Eldridge stood on the precipice of a profound reckoning. Gabriel Blackthorn, guided by the cryptic knowledge gleaned from the ancient tome, led Isabella towards the heart of the Ravenhurst Manor. The air within the mansion hummed with an eerie resonance, as if the very walls were privy to the secrets etched into the fabric of Eldridge. The secret society, aware of the impending ritual, gathered in the shadows, their faces obscured by hooded cloaks. Their whispered incantations mingled with the distant howls echoing from the depths of the forest, creating an otherworldly symphony that set the stage for the supernatural confrontation. The chamber revealed by Gabriel bore the weight of centuries, and the ritual unfolded with a precision that defied mortal comprehension. Symbols on the floor began to glow, casting an ethereal light that danced across the room. The atmosphere vibrated with an unseen force as Isabella, the unwitting key to breaking the curse, stood at the center of the celestial alignment. The secret society, shrouded in darkness, watched with bated breath as the ritual progressed. Gabriel recited incantations that resonated with ancient power, drawing upon forces that transcended the veil between the mundane and the mystical. Isabella, her eyes reflecting the lunar glow, felt a surge of energy coursing through her veins. As the ritual reached its zenith, a rift between realms manifested within the chamber. Shadows materialized into tangible forms, and a spectral presence swept through the room like a chilling breeze. It whispered forgotten truths and long-buried grievances, revealing the depth of the curse that bound Eldridge. Yet, even as the forces converged, an unexpected twist unfurled. The society's hidden agenda came to light, a plan to harness the unleashed power for personal gain, betraying the very village they claimed to protect. The atmosphere crackled with tension as Gabriel confronted the hooded figures, the air thick with accusations and desperate justifications. Isabella, caught in the crossfire of supernatural forces and mortal machinations, found herself at the epicenter of a conflict that spanned centuries. The blood moon, now a glaring eye in the night sky, bore witness to the choices that would determine Eldridge's fate. The ancient forest, sensing the imbalance, stirred with a life of its own. Trees twisted and contorted as if caught in the throes of agony, and the ground trembled beneath the weight of Eldridge's history. A sense of urgency enveloped the village, as if time itself hung in precarious suspension. The story of Eldridge unfolded in a delicate dance between light and darkness, where the boundaries between hero and villain blurred. As Gabriel, Isabella, and the secret society teetered on the brink of revelation, the true nature of the curse and the consequences of their actions remained enshrouded in uncertainty. And so, beneath the ominous gaze of the blood moon, Eldridge stood at the crossroads of salvation and damnation. The ancient forest held its breath. The Ravenhurst Manor whispered secrets, and the destiny of the village trembled on the cusp of an unresolved ending. The stage was set for the final act, where the threads of the past, present, and future would intertwine in a tapestry of supernatural intrigue, leaving Eldridge to confront the shadows that lurked within and without. In the climactic moment, as the forces of light and darkness clashed within the Ravenhurst Manor, a surge of energy emanated from Isabella. The celestial alignment reached its zenith, and a blinding light enveloped the chamber. Shadows recoiled, and the spectral presence wailed in anguish. Gabriel, caught in the maelstrom of mystical energy, felt an overwhelming surge of knowledge flood his mind. The true resolution to the curse lay not in defeating the supernatural forces, but in understanding and accepting them. Isabella, with her innocent heart, had unwittingly become a vessel for the ancient spirits to convey their message. As the light subsided, the secret society members, their faces revealed, stood exposed and vulnerable. The betrayed spirits of Eldridge, no longer bound by the machinations of the living, lingered in the chamber, casting judgment upon those who sought to exploit their anguish. In a sudden twist, the Ravenhurst Manor, once a symbol of darkness, began to crumble. The very foundation of the secret society's power disintegrated, leaving the village exposed to the moonlit night. The ancient forest, sensing the release of centuries-old resentment, sighed with a breeze that carried both sorrow and liberation. Gabriel, Isabella, and the villagers emerged into the cool night air, their eyes adjusting to the absence of the Ravenhurst Manor's imposing silhouette. The blood moon, now fading into the velvety expanse of the night, bore witness to the unexpected resolution of Eldridge's saga. As the first rays of dawn broke on the horizon, a profound silence settled over the village. The curse had lifted, but the scars of the past lingered. The forest, now tranquil and serene, seemed to cradle the stories of Eldridge within its ancient boughs. The villagers, free from the grip of fear, began to rebuild their lives. Gabriel, carrying the weight of newfound knowledge, bid farewell to Eldridge, his purpose fulfilled. Isabella, forever changed by the ordeal, remained in the village, a symbol of resilience and unpredictable nature of fate. Yet, as the villagers celebrated the end of the curse, whispers lingered in the wind, a reminder that some mysteries were never fully unraveled. The remnants of the secret society's machinations, like lingering shadows, hinted at the intricate web of supernatural forces that bound Eldridge to a destiny beyond mortal comprehension. And so, as Eldridge embraced a new beginning bathed in the gentle light of dawn, the forest stood as a silent guardian, keeping the secrets of the blood moon and the ancient spirits within its sacred depths. The village, forever marked by its extraordinary tale, continued to exist on the edge of the mundane and the mystical, where the line between reality and the supernatural remained blurred, leaving room for the unknown to weave its enigmatic tapestry.